What's going on, everybody? Matt with Patriot Comics here. Today we are going on a little road trip to a comic shop that's about an hour from where I live. We are on the hunt for some key comics. All right, let's see what we can find. All right, so we're here at Ron's Comic World in Mount Holly, New Jersey. I've been here only a few times, but this store is really cool. They always have great stuff, so I think we're gonna find some good stuff and some good deals. All right, stay tuned. All right, everybody, so we're back home now, and I ended up getting some awesome books today. I got a grand total of 38 different comics, so I can't wait to show you. I was going on a deep dive through all of their back issues. The store is very well organized, so they have all their big key books in their own separate short boxes, and then they have all the other back issues separated. They have DC, and then they have their Marvel, and then they have their independent. And of course, it's all in alphabetical order, so it was really well organized and easy to look through. But I spent about 2 hours looking through the books. It was a lot of fun, and I found some great stuff. And I think I got some pretty good deals. What I like to do when I'm buying large quantities of comics, I like to do a cost average, or just find the average price per book for what I spent. So I ended up getting 38 different books, and I spent a grand total of $200. So the average per book would be $5.26 per book average. So I like to look at that and kind of see, are the books worth at least $5 a piece? Are there any books that are worth much more than that $5 average where it kind of makes me feel like I scored really good on that book, on that purchase. So I like to do that little cost average, even though, I know that certain books I only paid $2 or $3 for. Some books I paid $10, $15, $20 for. I know that in the back of my head, but I also like to do that cost average. It kind of just gives me a different perspective on my purchase as a total. So let's get into everything I picked up. Mostly Marvel books, a little bit of independent, but I got some great stuff. So let's start off with Spider-Man. I got all different stuff here. So we have some Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 8. Really awesome, 30-cent newsstand book, great cover, and it's in mid-grade, maybe low grade. It's got a handful of spine ticks, but it's a really cool book, and I was excited to pick that one up. It's not a key book, but I'm excited to have that one. Next one here is Spectacular Spider-Man number 25. This is a first appearance of Carry-On, and just a really cool cover. This one's in pretty high grade, so I'm excited to have that. This next book here is just an awesome cover. I'm a huge fan of the reflective covers. So you see Spider-Man is tangled in Dr. Octopus's tentacles there, reflecting in his monocle. So really, really cool. Spectacular Spider-Man 68. Not a key book, but definitely an awesome cover. Another cool Spectacular Spider-Man cover here, issue number 96. I like how they have all the different heads, and Spidey's slinging in the web there. So really cool book. Not a key, but I think definitely worth what I paid. Then we got some Web of Spider-Man. Another classic cover here with red suit and black suit Spidey. Really cool cover. Not a key, but just a great looking cover. Another awesome cover for Web of Spider-Man number 26. Really awesome. Excited for that one. And then also Amazing Spider-Man. This is the only Amazing Spider-Man book that I picked up. Number 285. Awesome Punisher cover. Black suit Spidey. I mean, not a key book, just an awesome cover. And then we got some McFarlane series, 1990s Spider-Man number 2. Really cool with the lizard on there. And I always love this cover as well. This is issue number 8 from that McFarlane run. And I just love seeing Spidey in the trees there. I don't know. I just think that is such a beautiful cover. I love that artwork. So that is all the Spider-Man. Now let's continue on with some Daredevil. So let's see here. Funny story, this first book here. So this is Daredevil 148. Really nice book. I mean, it's a $15 book all day long. It's in super high grade, but they had this priced at, I think, $12. And I was going real fast, looking through all the boxes, just pulling stuff out that I thought I might want, and then I kind of go back later, maybe put a few things back if I have to. But I was going real fast, and I saw this. It was marked at $12. It was in super high grade, and I saw the issue number and the cover. And I swore, I don't know, my brain was telling me that this was issue 158 and was that classic first Frank Miller Daredevil cover art, which is like $100 book. It's like 100 in high grade, 80 or something in mid grade. I mean, a really big book, real big key, first Frank Miller on Daredevil. That's issue 158, and I swore this was the issue I was getting, but I ended up grabbing 148, which has a very, very similar cover. So, kind of funny. I thought I was getting a crazy deal, and I ended up probably overpaying a little bit. But still, kind of funny. I thought I was getting the 158 Frank Miller, but whatever. You live, you learn. This is a great book. I love these anniversary borders. Daredevil 236 from 1986 with the 25th anniversary of the Fantastic Four. Just an awesome cover. Not a key, but I collect all of those. And then this is awesome, classic John Romita Jr. cover right here with Punisher and Daredevil, issue 257. Just a super iconic cover. Can't go wrong with John Romita Jr. I also picked up some Moon Knight here. We have a double-sized issue here, issue 35. Nothing really special about that book at all. Just one of the fillers that I needed for my Moon Knight run. And then this is Moon Knight 31, and just a super classic Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Really, really awesome. Just super classic. I mean, really, it's only a key book for its cover art. Next, we have, excuse me, let's see here, Invaders number 31, and this is the classic battle between the Invaders and the Nazis, and it's just such a crazy cover with this Frankenstein Nazi guy, kind of crazy, just really cool cover. If you like horror stuff like I do, this is definitely a classic cover. So that was cool. Let's see here. This is the first appearance of Dancing Macabre. So interesting. But this is Marvel Team Up SpiderMan and Werewolf. I collect all of these Team Up issues. So I'm trying to get the whole run, which there's a million of them. But this is issue number 93. It is a key book at first appearance. Dancing Macabre, but super cool cover. Werewolf by Night and Spidey. I'm a huge horror and Werewolf by Night fan, and I had to grab this one. Most of these books that we've seen so far were marked anywhere from $3 to $6 for the most part. Except for that one Daredevil that was marked a little bit higher. I remember this one was only marked $4, and I had to grab this. It's Thor number 344, newsstand, super high grade. It is really high grade. And this is the first appearance of Malekith. So really awesome key book there, kind of an underrated key. And they had that for $4. So that was awesome. And this was another great find. I think they had this at like $4 or $5. Warlock and the Infinity Watch number 1. The first premiere issue of Infinity Watch, and just super cool book. This is kind of like the poor man's key for Warlock. It's not the number 1, but it's the number 1 for the Infinity Watch series, and super cool. I was glad to pick this up one, especially right now. Warlock is kind of in everybody's sights right now, so... let's see here. This was kind of cool. It's in really high grade. These are just like reprints. This is a reprint of Captain America 100, but this is Marvel Super Action number 1. So pretty cool. It's in really nice condition for a white cover. You know, really cool. And I think they had that marked at like $3. So the prices were kind of all over the place. But I did manage to find all the best deals. I was just pulling all the best price stuff out. Of course, we have here first team appearance of X Factor, and that's X Factor #1. It's in really nice condition, and just a just a must-have for any X-Men fan. X Factor #1. It is the first team appearance of X Factor, but it's also first appearance of Cameron Hodge as well as Rusty Collins. So pretty cool key book, and you can get those fairly cheap. But they had this one marked at like $4 or $5, so I had to grab it. This was an awesome find here. They had this marked, I think, at $10, but it's in super, super high grade. This could even be a good submission candidate. But this is X-Force #2, second appearance of Deadpool, which is awesome. He's on the cover there. So, second appearance of Deadpool for $10. I feel like that is definitely an underrated key. Also, first appearance of Weapon X. Not Logan Weapon X, but a different Weapon X, I believe. I'm trying to remember. You can let me know down in the comments. But the fact that you can get the second appearance of Deadpool for $10, I think that's a killer deal. Here we have some iconic Jim Lee cover art. Wolverine #24. Love this cover. I needed it for the run. I didn't have this one, so I had to grab that. And then also another super iconic Jim Lee cover, Wolverine 27. Super high grade. Both of those books are an extremely high grade. Really, really awesome. I'm going to move those over real quick. And then last of this little thing here, we have Gambit #1. Also super high grade. Well, no, there's a couple ticks on there. Black covers are hard. But Gambit #1, and this is a pretty cool key book. First Gambit series, first appearance of Kandra, and the Gambit origin of Gambit. So definitely a cool book to have in my Gambit collection. I just recently picked up the third appearance of Gambit, and I'm still trying to find a good deal on that first appearance and the cameo. But really cool. I picked these up when I could find good deals, and I think they had this marked at like $3. So I had to grab that one as well. All right, we're almost finished here. I have just a handful of more books here. And this next run is a lot of horror stuff. I love Marvel horror, DC horror too, but the Marvel stuff I like a lot. Uncanny Tales from the Grave #12. Really nice looking book. It's in lower grade, mid-grade, but it presents really well. Super cool cover. And they had that marked at like $3. So this book I've been looking for such a long time now. Master of Kung Fu #19. It's just a awesome Man-Thing cover. And of course, you know me, I love Man-Thing. I'm collecting everything Man-Thing. And I knew about this Master of Kung Fu cover, but I've never found it in the wild. And finally, I found it. I think it was marked at like $5 or $6, so I grabbed it. And then speaking of Man-Thing, we have a whole bunch of Man-Thing coming up. Adventure into Fear #14. So this was that first featuring run of Man-Thing before that he had his own solo series, the Adventure into Fear series. Really cool books. The first appearance of Howard the Duck is in this run. So not this particular book, but I believe it was issue #19 has Howard the Duck first appearance. But we got issue #16, super cool cover. And issue #17, and this is the first appearance of Wondar, this guy here. And Wondar is kind of interesting. He actually has almost the same identical origin story as Superman. So it's kind of like Marvel's little take on Superman. Kind of funny, kind of interesting. All right, now we're getting into Man-Thing Volume 1, and this is issue #11. Awesome cover. And it's one of the issues I needed for my series, my run, so I'm working on it pretty hard. This is another super cool cover, fighting the Viking there. Issue #16 from Volume 1. And now we're getting into Volume 2 of Man-Thing, and this is issue #4 with Doctor Strange appearance and cover appearance. Really cool. And then number 11, the last issue in volume 2, which I also needed. I needed all these books for my run, but it's cool to find the last issue. Kind of an interesting, weird cover. But you have Doctor Strange on there and this devil guy, and kind of cool. Cool cover. All right, so that's all the Marvel. Now, lastly, I didn't get any DC, so there's no DC to show, but I did get some Image comics. First, I got here The Walking Dead, issue number 1, and this is a 15th anniversary reprint. So, pretty cool. I saw it for like $3 or $4, and I figured I had to grab it. I like all of these issue number 1 Walking Dead like reprints and homages and all those different things. So I grabbed that one for just a few bucks. And then these last 3 books were priced really well. I think they had like between $3 and $5 a piece. Spawn number 3, really awesome book. I needed this one, and it's the first appearance of Cyan Fitzgerald. So that was a great find. Also, this is a cool book too. Another key Spawn book from the original series. These are all first prints. Issue number 7. This is the first time in his career that Todd McFarlane forgot to sign his cover. So pretty funny. There's no signature like you see on this one. His signature's right there. You know, it's always in that little scroll or in some little bubble. And this issue number 7, they printed all these and realized that he forgot to sign them. So it's cool that this book in particular, a lot of people bring to Todd McFarlane at different Comic-Cons for him to sign because it's the only one that doesn't have a signature. So pretty funny and pretty cool. And I think that was like $4 or $5. And then also issue number 12, which is another classic Spawn cover. And they're all in super high grade. And I think this is Death of Al Simmons, Origin of Spawn, and first appearance of Jason Wynn. So a little bit of a key there. Really cool. I mean, can't go wrong with some inexpensive, high-grade Spawn books. So that is everything I picked up at the comic shop today. It was a lot of fun, hitting the road. You know, I drove about an hour, so a little over an hour each way. And the shop that I went to, though, it did not disappoint at all. Really, really good. Great selection, super friendly staff. They ended up giving me a little bit of a discount because I also bought like a short box, some top loaders, some bags and boards. I bought a bunch of supplies as well. But I spent about $200 on 38 comics. That's about a $5.25 average. And I think I did pretty well. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? Is there anything that I got that you think is not worth it? Or do you think I got some great deals on anything? I definitely want to hear your input. So thanks so much for watching. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the notification bell. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.